Many of you have already told me that you have some male students as well. Now, there's two parts of the conspiracy, volume 1, this is volume 2. In volume 1, we raised 4 questions. First question is, when did the conspiracy start? Who is against black boys? Why is there a conspiracy against them? And what exactly is the conspiracy? That's in volume 1. In volume 2, we look at the relationships between mothers and their sons. That must be studied. We also must look at female teachers and black male students. That must also be studied. We must look at some case studies. In other words, many of us are doing a very good job developing black boys to be men. What is it that some of us are doing that others are not doing? And then last but not least, a program called the Rites of Passage into Manhood. See, it used to be new when black boys became men. But now many of us don't know when we're men. How much reefer we smoke, how much wine we drink, how many babies we make. Until black can spell it out to black boys what it means to be a man, this conspiracy will continue. Let's go back to volume 1. When did it start? As we begin to look at that, I want to also share with you why we call it a conspiracy just for black boys. You see, contrary to belief at birth, there are more black boys born in the world than there are girls. It's close, but it's 1.03 for boys born in the world to 1.0 black girls. Hear me clearly. At birth, black boys outnumber black girls 1.03 to 1.0. A brief 18 years later, it is now 1.0 available, and that's a key word, available black men, to 1.8 available black women. Almost 2 adult women for every 1 adult man. Now the only question that should be going through your minds right now is what happened? We keep raising the wrong question. We keep asking, why do black men hang on corners? Why do black men lack direction? When you ask this question, you're asking the question 18 to 30 years too late. It is not a conspiracy to destroy black men. It's a conspiracy to destroy black boys. You destroy them as a boy, you'll never become a man. And I can look around the room and tell you know where I am. They are not available to black women. Where are they? Call them up. In jail, there are 329,000 brothers in prison right now. 1 of every 4 brothers go to prison. Well, or death. There's numerous ways that we die. There's homicide, suicide, drugs, war, high blood pressure, and the leading killer among black men, lung cancer. Our love for cigarettes, especially cool. Smoke them all day long, that exact same way. Cool. Where else? We have prison, death. What else to make us unavailable to black women? Yes, homosexuality. As we said earlier, 1 in every 9 men in this country are homosexual. Where else? Yes. Okay, so institutionalization, and there's not only in terms of hospitals, but also mental institutions, and of course when they get released, many times being homeless. They're still one of the large popular areas. Lindy? Okay, interracial marriages. Now I want to pause here for a moment, because you would think if anybody is going to marry outside the race, it would be black women. You got 2 black men for every 1 black man. But as Lindy pointed out, it's exactly the opposite. There are 164,000 interracial marriages, of which 116,000 are brothers. That means 48,000 sisters. It's almost a 2-to-1 ratio of black men to black women marrying outside the race. But remember, as you said in the earlier workshop, if the definition of beauty is light skin, long hair, and blue eyes, why stop brunette, the light skin sister? Why not get you the real thing? Got some serious problems here. And then black men tell me, I can't find a black woman to understand me. Out of 20 million black women, you can't find one understanding. You don't need a white woman, you need a psychiatrist. But that's another workshop on relationships. But I just want to share with you, I have some very serious problems. But, to this audience, black women are tired of being by themselves. And in the earlier issue of S Magazine, the article said, guess who's coming to dinner? Black women are tired of being by themselves. Those brothers, you can't have it both ways. You can't have 2 black women to choose from and still marry a white woman. You can't have it both ways. Black women are tired of being by themselves. Now, that's with regards to the stats, why we wrote the book, because we saw the shortage of black men. But what we want to begin to find out is when to stop. You see, it's called a fourth-grade syndrome. Studies show that black boys may be the best students in the country up until the 4th grade. So we wanted to find out what your son, a male student, was doing at the beginning of the 3rd grade, then at the end of the 7th grade, and then measure the progress. Let me give you 3 examples. We had a little boy 5 years ago in an Alma reading test score at the 98th percentile in the country. In other words, a walking genius. That means only 2% male, female, white, or black had a higher score than he at the beginning of the third. At the end of seventh grade, the same boy now drops down to 30 percentile. Engineer potential here, pimp or push-up now. Score should have improved 5 years, instead they only improved 1.3. Two more examples. We have a little boy with 92nd percentile. He dropped down to the 24th percentile, and his score only improved 2.1. But let me give you the average example. We have a little boy with 63 percentile. He dropped down to the 4th percentile, and his score didn't improve a year, a month, a week, and a year. We have 3 critical stages of white boy development: infancy to 19 and 13 to 18. You see, it's easy to see the negative behavior here when he's already dropped out. Later on some street corner lacking direction. It's more difficult to see it around 9 years of age. When they begin to sit further in the back, ask less questions. When their ball becomes more important in their book, when they begin to cheat on their tests, we early. Teach them how to read early. Teaching the beauty of being blind, believing in God early. Many of us have waited, and we waited almost too late to develop white boys. You know what I'm getting at. America spends on in-stock. They spend 38. I can show you things about $36,000 per person. It's much easier to educate than it is to encourage. Now you raise the question: how long you stay in Head Start? A year? 2 years at the most? How long you stay in prison? The rest of your life? Question number 1. Question number 2: does Head Start work? A 19-year study documents that Head Start works. In prison, 85% of the inmates.
No, not right now. I don't.
What is Jesse Jackson say?
I'm trying to save them, yo.
We can either send you to Penn State or Nate Penn. It's your choice. We have got to find ways to intervene.
Yo, them shits is nice. Everything is so nice. I got the air freshener downstairs in the living room. So we've been spraying that like every day downstairs. And I only burnt 1 incense so far. And I have the candle in my bedroom. Or is it? Well, I'm gonna put the candle in my bedroom. Yeah, but my girl likes all that shit, yo. Like I say, the nose knows a good fragrance. And they're not like perfumey smelling. They're more just natural, organic, like it's hard to explain. I can only say earthy. It just smells like natural smells. Yeah, it is so nice. They're really nice, yo. We've used yeah, we're definitely gonna re-up on that. You can guarantee that, yo. Yeah, my girl was vacuuming yesterday. As soon as she got finished vacuuming, she just took that spray. And I didn't see her spray it, but like she walked by, in like a few seconds I started smelling that shit. Like, yeah, shit's nice. Ain't nothing like some good ass aromatherapy, yo. Your house clean, and your house smell good. That shit just make you feel good, yo. A nice, clean, smelling house. Yeah. Not the shit killer. That shit have knocked the shit smell right out the air. Knock the shit smell right out. Well, you know what? Now, instead of re-ing up, I'm gonna just order another one. So I'm not gonna wait till that one's done. I'll just get another one for the bathroom, specifically to keep in there. Knock that shitty smell out. Let me find out that's how you was testing your shit too. Like, take a good shit. Nah, they ain't the right compound yet. Go back to the lab, start mixing. You know what I'm saying? Go take another good shit. Ugh. Yeah, I think that's the one right there. That's the shit killer right there. You gotta test it. You know what I'm saying? You got a lab test that shit before you put it on the market for people, man. That shit gotta be proven. You know what I'm saying? We have went through numerous trials with numerous test subjects, and this shit works. On shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. If something good enough, if it can knock out chronic and shit odor, then when your house is just like your normal neutral smelling house, everybody's house got their own little smell to it, you know? But when it's just your neutral smell and you pump that shit in there, it's just like, fuck, yo. Alright, clean this off. We're gonna load up some greens on here and start painting that chronic. Only a little bit more to go on here. We're gonna paint the plants. Then we're gonna add some highlights to the wood grain. And then we'll come back and if there's anything I see to the skin tones, we'll work on that one more time. But hopefully by the end of the week, I can have this done. And then, this canvas already has a sketch on it, so we'll detail that a little bit and get that one outlined and prepped and everything and ready to go. I don't know if I'll even do an underpainting on that yet. I might, but I'm really anxious to work on, I think that one's next in the rotation. But I'm anxious to get this one and that one done. Just can't wait to see that finished product myself. I'm about to go ham on them bitches. Some new weed paintings. You know the weed paintings gotta be super 3D. Make it jump out at you. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, my girlfriend got pretty feet, yo. Yeah, I love her feet. And then I've actually asked maybe 4 different models if they would do this. And even when I asked the models at that time, like, I don't know if I would have really hopped on it and started painting it, because like I said, it was just an idea I was kind of like apprehensive about. But if I had the photos in the stash, I would have, you know, just held on to them. But I asked my girl to do this shit, like, hell yeah, let's do it. But now I might do a series with this of the feet paintings. I need a dark skinned girl, someone real brown with like some real dark brown skin with pretty toes, and then do like a darker skin complexion. Get that paint off of there. God damn it. Get off of this piece of glass, bitch. Alright. Woo, man. I got it clean though. I got it clean. Now, I'm gonna have to empty this trash can before the day is over. Let's season it up a little bit. Some of that little baby oils. Alright. Get that oils on there. Oils on oils. Boom. Now, alright. Got the palette ready to take on some paint. Now, like I say, we're going to be doing the plant matter. Oh shit. We're going to be doing the plant matter, so we're going to need there are some reds in there, but it's mostly going to be dark and mid greens for right now. A little bit of red, some yellow. Still have to have some blue on there. So I want to get some Prussian blue, some sap green, Prussian blue, sap green, some Naples yellow maybe. Not Naples, but some yellow ochre, and some permanent green. So let's see what we got here. Alright. That's ultra green. That's brown. I need, where's, so a little bit of Prussian blue to darken the greens where I need it and to keep the shadows intact. Blue shadows. Then we're going to use some Viridian hue. A nice dark green. Oh, I'm telling you, Bob Ross was the man. That Van Dyke Brown, that Prussian blue. Take a little bit of Prussian blue. You mix that shit with that white, that liquid white. And sometimes he'll say, I've already got that canvas wet with a layer of liquid white. Then he'll throw that blue on there, make a fucking sky quick as shit, yo. I like this sap green, yo. My mentor, yo, he hates fucking sap green. He don't never use this color. But I like that shit. And then we're gonna use some chromium oxide. This is a pretty green. So we got blue, two dark greens, and a mid color green. And then we'll add a little bit of this yellow ochre for some highlights throughout. And then we'll add a little bit of red on here. Maybe Indian red. Or I can use this Venetian. This Venetian red is kind of like reddish, brownish, orange. I love this color. It's very, very versatile. You can use that shit with a lot of shit. Yo, appear out of nowhere. Yeah. appear out of nowhere, yo. Nobody can't do that shit like Bob Ross, yo. Motherfucker take that knife and then get a little bit of white paint, and it's a fucking mountain. Like, bro, I'm watching you. I'm watching you do it, and I still don't see how you did it. I don't see how you just did that shit, bro. What the fuck? You just want to get your knife and put it right on the edge of the knife, and take off a nice smooth chunk, and then go straight down, and then you can just hear him scraping the canvas. Now I'm about to watch some Bob Ross, yo.
And we have a whole show just on
Motherfucking master. The Joy of Painting is the name of his show, yo. The Joy of Painting. Them happy trees, man. You know what I'm saying? We won't make mistakes, we have happy accidents. And a tree can just live here, and he can just have a friend living right here next to him. You know, this is your own painting, like, you know? And I watched some documentaries on Bob Ross, and somebody said that about 85% of the people who watch this show never painted, never wanted to paint. They just, and he's so calming and so soothing that people just like watching him, and never really aspired to be an artist or try to do what he did. They just loved watching him, and they had interviews back in the day where older people was like, yeah, he would help me fall asleep, yo. Like, I'll turn on old reruns of Bob Ross and just listen to him talk, and that shit have put me to fucking, like, his voice, I don't know, it's just something about him, yo. Like, he was just cool as fuck to watch, even if you weren't an artist. You didn't even have to try to paint with him, just to watch that shit. Yo, Army, what up, bro? Facts. It's a fucking fact, yo. Yeah, the little squirrel. Cadmium yellow. This is why I was learning all my fucking art terms and colors and shit, yo. Swear, watching this shit like 9 years old, yo. I was like 9, 10 years old watching this shit.
That easy, that easy. You have a quick little sky. Here. That assures a nice even distribution of the liquid white, which makes it wet, makes it slick.
Yo. Phthalo green.
This is an 18 by 24 canvas.
Phthalo blue.
This is double primed, pre-striped canvas. And I've coated in nice
Prussian blue.
liquid white, which makes it wet, makes it slick.
Midnight brown.
This is actually blend color right here on the canvas.
I don't use
So we
midnight
have
black.
it
I
ready.
use
Let's get
lamp
together.
black.
Let's do a fantastic painting. I'm going to start off today with a small amount of
I don't use dark
phthalo
either.
blue. And we'll just take and pull a little bit out and we'll tap the brush. That assures a nice even distribution of color all the way through the brush. Just tap it.
Just tap the brush. Tap, tap, tap,
Let's
tap.
start up here. Now then, let's start right up in here and we'll use little crisscross strokes. Just make little X's. Just put in a happy little cloud for the sky. A little more of the color. This phthalo blue is very pretty. Bright and shiny. It's a happy color. There. Just continue to use these little crisscross strokes and allow the color to, it just literally blends with the liquid white. As you work downward here,
That liquid
you
white.
get all these fantastic little effects automatically.
Yo, don't play around with me, yo. You think I ain't got Bob Ross liquid white oil paint? Stop fucking playing with me, yo.
Yeah, well, I have this little brush.
Stop playing. I know about liquid white.
Phthalo green. So we have phthalo blue and phthalo green. Just a small amount of green. It's very strong. Exactly like that. And we'll have a little water in here. So we'll just pull right across like this. Very gently. And pull from the outside in. There. If you start here and come across, it'll leave a great big mark. It's very hard to blend out. We want to make this as easy as possible.
Yeah, he don't do like me, yo.
And here,
Hey, welcome to the show, guys. Today we're going to be painting this. Phthalo blue, you're going to mix a little bit. 30 minutes, yo. We got to, let's get this done.
Little shiny area. You just wash your brush now.
He did 3 paintings for every painting we see. Before the show, he does a real quick practice painting. On camera, he does this painting again in 30 minutes. Then after the show, he does a more detailed rendering of that same painting. 3 paintings for each. Each time you see him do one, more than likely he paint that shit 3 times, yo. He painted thousands of paintings, yo. Thousands of paintings. Thank you. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, but Hunter, he on different RPMs, so his art just different. Yeah, this dude the fucking GOAT though, like. I wonder if like any prestigious like hard body museums have any of his artwork, or if his stuff is in all like a Bob Ross private collection or some shit like that. I would love to see one of his paintings in person, yo, just to get up on that shit and see the brush strokes and look at that shit. You know what I'm saying?
If you've painted with me before, you missed.
I've seen a Salvador Dali, I've seen a Monet, I've seen a Gauguin, I've seen a Rembrandt, I've seen some drawings from Da Vinci. I seen I got a picture standing next to Starry Night. I seen that shit in person. What else I seen? I've seen some Kehinde Wiley stuff in person, some of his smaller stuff. I want to see a Bob Ross in person, yo. Just be up on that shit, yo. I would love to see that. Norman Rockwell, his museum isn't too far away. It's like 3 hours away. And I keep telling myself over and over, I'm going to just take that trip to go see some Norman Rockwells in person. But I definitely got to see his shit up close, yo. Like, those are the 2 artists that really, like, inspired me as a child. Like, yo, that shit is crazy. Like, Bob Ross and Norman Rockwell, those are the first 2 artists I ever, like, knew of. And could, like, you know, recognize their art and knew their names and shit. Like, I definitely want to see their shit.
On art. We wash our brushes with odorless scent. Shake off the excess. This beats the devil out of it. Alright, now with a nice clean brush, now we'll go right back up here. And we'll just blend the sky.
And that's crazy because the clip, it ain't even 30 minutes, it's 28 minutes, yo. And it still had the intro for like a minute. So, and he still uses like a minute or like 30 seconds towards the end. So this motherfucker did this shit in like 26 minutes. Motherfucker did a painting in 26 minutes. classic, bro. It's classic fucking masterpiece right there, son. How you paint yourself 3 times? You paint yourself, painting yourself, looking at yourself in the fucking mirror. Well, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, because you got a reference of himself right there, a little reference images, and then you got his fucking heroes over here. This is, I think that's fucking Rembrandt and damn, why I can't think of that motherfucking name? Picasso, Rembrandt, Picasso, and some other guys over there. Van Gogh. And I don't know who that last dude is. Got the fucking big ass American Eagle. I either gotta move my router or get a signal booster because the fucking Wi-Fi signal to the studio is shit. Wi-Fi signal is shit, bro. Alright. So what we're gonna do? Oh, we're doing plants. Got the greens on there. So we're gonna, should I put it up some? I think I'm gonna raise it up